Luka, how does it feel to be up 3-0? No team has ever come back from a 3-0 deficit in the finals. How does that feel?
Don't even say it, man. But it feels great. But we gotta think about next game. Gotta play with the same mentality. They're not gonna go away, no way. So we need to prepare for the next game. We just gotta think about next game.
You guys do in the fourth quarter there to hold them to 20 points?
Execute our game plan. Me and Kai have the ball. Everybody contribute. PJ with the big three, Gafford with a big and one. So everybody that was on the floor did amazing.
Luka, late in the game when it's close, you've got you've got Kyrie. What's your feeling? What's your confidence like in those situations?
A big confidence. We have, like I always say, great team. A lot, not just me and Kai, other players on our team are capable of making that shot, whatever it's a three or a layup. As you saw, like I said, PJ with the big three, Gaff with an amazing and one. So we have big confidence in ourselves.
You got a little rest there to start the fourth quarter. Kyrie was cooking at that point. What are you thinking as you're watching that?
I got rest.
Early in the fourth.
Oh yeah, about 2 minutes.
Right, where Kyrie scored like 7 points.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. That's why they call him, some people, Mr. Fourth Quarter, right? Just amazing. He scored, what, 33? And how many he scored in the fourth?
12.
Felt like 20. Yeah, it's amazing, He's born for this situation. He's born for the clutch situations. So we just give the ball to him.
Luka, when Dereck went out with the head or the neck injury, it changed the kind of complexion of y'all's defense at that point, especially when Gafford got his third foul. Do you have any concerns about that going forward if he's not going to be able to play in Game 4?
We have to have next man up mentality. Obviously, he's an amazing player. He helped us so much in these playoffs and in the regular season. Obviously, we're gonna miss him if he can't play. But we gotta have next man up mentality.
Luka, you guys, for obvious reasons, look happy coming off the court, and you're obviously uplifted now. But I wonder how hard it might be to kind of keep an even keel, with the work not being done yet.
Shouldn't be hard. Obviously, we're up 3-0, but we just gotta focus on the next game. Just like if it's 0-0, we gotta think it's 0-0. We gotta go out there because they're not gonna go away easy.
Luka, good day for Slovenian sport. Who's bigger, you or Pogačar?
Sorry?
A good day for Slovenian sport today. They won the Giro.
The Giro d'Italia.
How do you explain this tiny little country?
Yeah, we are a little country, but there's a great sportsmen all around our country, so we're proud.
Luka in the back here, sorry. I'll hive it over here. I'm just wondering, Kyrie has obviously been to the finals before. He's won a finals. How much have you learned from him, just going through these playoffs and the way he performs in these games and throughout this partnership you've formed?
A lot. Right now we were winning by 9, the last possession. I told him I'm tired, shit. And he told me that's the way it's supposed to be, And he brought that calmness to our team, to me, the maturity, and it's been unbelievable to have him on our team. Just learning from him every day, positive energy always. So just a blessing having him on our team.
Where do you think that calm comes from within him?
I don't know. You should ask him that. But I don't know. That's a question for Kai.
Faltando 7 minutos en el último cuarto, juntaste al equipo, a los 5 que estaban en cancha y les hablaste. ¿Qué les dijiste en ese momento? Porque creo que fue clave para mantenerse en el partido y sacar la ventaja.
Siempre hablamos de estar positivos. Sabemos que otro equipo van a meter canastas y entonces en este momento los junté a todos y decir vamos a ganar este partido estando juntos. Y desde ese momento estamos juntos y así ganamos el partido.
Luka, you guys went 26 of 31 from the free throw line right here. You guys went 26 of 31 from the free throw line. You specifically 8 of 10 from the line. I know Jason emphasized after the last game. Let's make our free throws. Just was there an asserted effort to get to the line tonight and knock those down?
We were just trying to play aggressive, getting downhill. They have one of the best teams for protecting the rim. But if you go aggressive, they're gonna foul you or let you go. So we gotta keep being aggressive in the paint.
Luka, obviously you talked a little about Dereck's importance. Was there a sense in the team of just wanting to make sure you won it for him?
Yeah, I mean, I went back there and I told him we got your back. But he was pretty shaken up. So I hope he's gonna be okay, man.
I know you guys are a team, but in a situation like that where you're down a key starter, you have Maxey out, how much do you just know going into a fourth quarter that it falls on your shoulders as much as anybody else?
I mean, yeah, those are two big players for us, especially energy-wise. They give our team a lot of energy. So we just go out there. Like I said, we have to have next man up mentality. Injuries are part of sport. They're terrible, but they're part of sport. So we just got to have next man mentality.
I believe you had 5 steals and 1 block. What did you see out there? Like, you pulled the chair in the post and to force a steal one time, and you tied up a loose ball. Just what did you see out there to make defensive plays like you did?
Just trying to bring energy to our team. I think in the third quarter, Anthony Edwards got it going. We kind of had to stop him. So just trying to bring a lot of energy on defensive end, which is going to win us games.
Kyrie, we talked to Luka earlier about your performance in the fourth quarter. He said you were born for these moments, called you Mr. Fourth Quarter. So for one, I guess what does it mean to hear your teammate talk about you like that? And in that fourth quarter, is it just something as simple as does a switch flip off to you? Like, why are you so comfortable in these moments?
I appreciate his words. Luka's funny, man. I feel like we're both born for this, if you ask me. But yeah, it's just basketball, man. It's you got to give the game what it needs at times, and I felt like in that fourth quarter we had a good run going, and those guys were pressuring the basketball up the floor. So when we got into the paint, I felt like we just had to convert, get a few stops. We were playing back and forth game for a little bit with them, but I had confidence in our guys when we got stops in that fourth quarter and we got on transition. We just had to continue to push and get some easy ones, and then down the stretch, that's where we make our money, man. Since All-Star break, we've been up there with some of the top teams in the league with finishing clutch games. We have a great clutch record. So I think we have that poised now, and we're showcasing just our skill sets out there that a lot of teams have to guard. The depth that we have, a lot of teams have to guard each one of us, and you got to pick your poison. So in the fourth quarter, when I'm being aggressive, I know it opens opportunities not only for myself but for my teammates.
Kyrie, you're known for being a historian of the game right here.
Thank you.
Just
I'm one of few. I'm one of the few that are actually a historian of the game at my age. Yeah, go ahead.
With teams being 154-0, undefeated, when they go up 3-0, just what's the significance of that stat, and how does that feel just being 3-0 in this position right now?
It means absolutely nothing right now. That's not even something I'm thinking about. Going into Game 4, it's still 0-0. And that's the type of motivation and mentality we have in that locker room. It's not just me. We feel like the job isn't finished, and we're going against one of the greatest teams in the world. They still have the capability of beating us on any given night, and we have to treat them like that. So, it's a time to celebrate after the game, but once I get up here, it's on to the next thing and thinking about my recovery work, putting my kids to bed, watching film, and just getting ready for this war, man. War-like battle that's going to come next game, So got to appreciate where we are, but at the same time, don't take it for granted, and don't take the other team for granted, because they're pretty sure they're going to watch this interview. They're going to study all our habits and see if we, lay down a little bit and get comfortable. I don't want to get comfortable at all. I want to push forward even more so and have our best game 4, and live with the results after that.
Kyrie, in the fourth quarter, you don't show any emotion. You stay focused all the time. And how do you manage to stay in the zone for so long?
Yeah. No, thanks for talking. Thanks for speaking. I know you were giving your best. The fourth quarter is, it's just you get a chance to see your competitors' emotions. You get to see what they're made of. You get to see the plays that they run in the clutch, and it's just a chess match. So I think that's the approach I take throughout most of the game, but especially in the fourth quarter when the game is in the balance. They're taking the lead, we're taking the lead. There's a few foul calls that are called that slows the game down. But you just got to pay attention to all the little things. And, I feel like you put yourself in a great position. And also when we come into our huddles, whether we're on the floor or whether in timeouts, we are constantly communicating and we're constantly giving each other that reassurance and confidence that, we're a good team too, and we got to finish the job.
Kai, you mentioned Luka's also born for those clutch situations. What do you see that makes him uniquely suited to be a closer, especially at this stage?
I think he's shown it over and over. Whether he's made them or missed them, he's taken them, and that's the confidence you need to have, especially in those clutch situations. You got to have that confidence, and you can't be thinking about anything else other than your mechanics and your fundamentals, and putting us up ahead to give us that separation, to give us that peace of mind. So when he's getting it going and he's making threes, or he's driving to the basket, he's getting to the free throw line, and it creates opportunities for all of us. And when he gets it out in transition, he starts going, and we see Luka get up, down, and get into his Luka sprint. That makes a big deal for us, and it makes a big difference for us, and makes my job a lot easier, especially when I'm coming in transition and those guys are a little tired. So, again, we don't play your turn, my turn, but when we get those opportunities to push in transition or get Luka ISO on the wing or at the top of the key, it's our time to take advantage of it.
Kyrie over here. Y'all have gone up against, two of the top 3 seeds in this playoffs. You guys look like you're the favorite, though, like the way you're playing, just so much confidence. What goes into that mentality?
What exactly are you?
Just a confident mentality despite being an underdog in a lot of the series that you've played.
If you look at our regular season, I don't think it tells the whole truth of who we are, or who we were. I felt like, the second half of the season, and everybody got to, kind of see what we were made of. But if you look at the beginning of the season, we were on pace for having a great season still. I think we would have finished 1 through 3. That's playing hypotheticals, if I don't get injured, or if Luka's not laboring a little bit, or if we don't go through kind of those big transitions that we had in the season where we had lineup changes. So I take all that into account when I look at who we are now. We've grown over the past few months. This has been a journey for us, and I like to think that being in 5th took some pressure off of us coming into this postseason. Everybody was looking at the top 3 seeds, so I felt like we snuck in there a little bit and surprised a few teams. But the guys in the locker room have always had that utmost confidence in one another, and when we started getting into some tough games and we were able to battle it out and come out with some wins, I think that really sparked a new confidence for us. Guys making tough shots towards the end. I think you guys remember that Cleveland game, right? We, now it's in Cleveland history. It had to be against me, but I look at my teammates and I'm telling them, I'm like, I was so pissed we lost there. And but I want them to remember that, what that felt like, where we took our foot off the gas pedal a little bit, and then Max Strus hits a 59-footer, breaks our heart, and we go and lose in Indiana. So some of those moments, I think, that could have broken our team really made us who we are, and I'm grateful for these guys just continuing to battle, and our coaching staff getting us prepared, and upper management doing a great job just feeding us confidence. So it's a full team effort.
Kyrie, hi. You've been in the game quite a while. You've been around great players, great teams, and just at this point in your career, your kids?
Yeah, go ahead.
Are they good?
Yeah, they're good.
Okay. At this point in your career and just honestly in your life, what do the Dallas Mavericks mean to you, from the coaching staff to the guys that you get to call teammates?
I feel like it's a great chapter that's being written right now. I'm enjoying every step of the way. I'm not taking anything for granted. I'm enjoying the hot weather right now. I'm enjoying the Dallas community and the fans here. And, we talked about this early in the season, just how much I felt embraced. But I think it's going a little deeper than that. It's really helped me grow as a human being and find my peace out here. It's good to breathe fresh air, get outside. It's seasonal depression is real when you're growing up north. I spent 12 years in the Eastern Conference, in 3 cold cities that deal with 4 seasons. So you come out here and you're able to get outside and ground yourself a little bit more and spend some time with your family, watch your kids run outside, and wife's happy. They know what they say about a happy wife. Happy life. So I don't take those things for granted. It comes with it, and we're laughing about it. But on a serious note, I've just been able to grow and understand that all these things don't happen without a lot of the work that goes unseen. Just doing the inner work, doing the spiritual work, and enjoying the game and putting that in perspective as well. Feels good.
Kyrie, over here to your right. Thank you for your time this evening. We've talked to you about being a leader on this team, right? A multitude of times, so it's not a new conversation. I love it. I love it. Well, how do you navigate the complexities of being a leader? Because we know it doesn't always look the same way every day. How do you navigate knowing when to push, when to pull, and everything in between?
We throw around that word leader and leadership so often, especially in this industry. I genuinely feel like leaders are chosen sometimes, but leaders emerge out of the group too. And when you get that role, or people start calling you a great leader or start asking you about leadership, you got to understand that when you're in that position, failure is going to be part of it. Making mistakes is going to be part of it, and almost like embarrassment is part of it too, because sometimes you're going to get it right and sometimes you're going to get it completely wrong. So I think I've come to a place in my life where I've just accepted it. This is what comes with it. The thing that I always think about when I am leading the guys with some of the other leaders on the team is just protecting them and allowing them to fail too, and feel what pain feels like too. So I think all these words that we're throwing out are just words, but when you're in the middle of it and you got to figure it out, and you don't have it all figured out, that's when you're made, right there. So it feels good that I have the support system, though. I'm not doing this alone. It's never a lonely job. I used to think leadership was just about me, and taking on the brunt of all the responsibility. No, that's not even close to it. You got good people around, good family, good friends, and they love you unconditionally. Anything's possible in this world.
Kyrie, it feels like especially since the trade deadline, that you guys keep finding new ways to win. You learn to win with defense. You learn to win when players are out. The first two games of the series, you learn to win even when you weren't hitting threes. Tonight you guys lost. Didn't have Dereck Lively for a lot of the game. Jason Kidd said it was going to be about shot making down the stretch. Is there a through line that runs through all of this? Ability to keep finding different ways to win, even if it looks very different than
a through line. What do you mean?
A through line or a theme? Like what's
okay,
the cause? In this roster and this team.
You got some. Yeah, man, you got some. As we say, we got some bad MFers in that locker room, man. We got some guys that don't care about doing the dirty work and doing the little things for us to win, and have always preached selflessness in our locker room. And this was before I even got here. So when I got here, the culture was still being birthed a little bit. And, you look at their success before I got here, Western Conference Finals, and then me and Luka get together. And, we're trying to figure out our tandem. And then we come into the season. I think a lot of us took that as motivation and wanted to be in the best shape possible. And I think that's what's allowing us to be in the situation or the circumstance we're in now. We're in great shape. We're conditioned mentally and emotionally. And, we've worked on our strategy since the All-Star break. And I think that's helped. We've built trust. And every day that we go into practice, we actually hoop against each other. We play. Not a lot of teams still practice hard, So I think we're very old school in our mentality, and we're led by Jason Kidd. He reminds us that the older eras that came before you, man, just go study them. Go watch them. Go study some of the greatest to play, and not the greatest to ever score, but the greatest to play games. The Robert Ory's, the Scottie Pippens of the world. Go study some of the guys that don't get recognized as the main guy. You know what I mean? And once you play that role and you get used to it, I think winning becomes the most important thing. So we just want to be remembered as a great team and not just great performers and individual accolades. That'll come, but we just want to be remembered as a great team that put defense first.
Kyrie, I was asking Jason about kind of what makes you and Luka work so well. And one of the things he said was your willingness to be kind of a second, to be a 1B on this team. Is that a role that you feel like you've always been?
He said a 1B?
A 1B. Okay. Well, is that a role you've always been comfortable accepting, or is experience, age, all you've gone through made fitting into this role a little bit easier?
To be honest with you, I don't care. At this point in my life, being a 1A or 1B or being seen as a second option, I leave that for, the words that everybody throws around. I just look at it as just winning basketball, doing the little things, what it takes, man. And, ever since I was young, I've always felt like I'm one of the best in the world because I'm able to play with other great players. I don't ask for the ball, I don't demand it. I will play defense. I will do all the other things that don't show up in the stat sheet, and that's always what I've wanted to be remembered as. Everything else that people have thrown on my career has been up to them and what they've seen, and I have to take that. I have to take that fair criticism. But how I feel as a person when I go out there is a confident MFer that will play with the best of the world. I don't care who's out there. It could be Wilt, MJ, Steph, Bron, whatever team. And I feel like, if I get a few of my friends from around the way, hey, we might not have a chance that day, but, I think just enjoying the game and the competition is what comes with it. So that's really what I'm getting at. It's just enjoying the competition and enjoying, the failures and the success they come into.
Right here, Kyrie. Last question or another question. I appreciate it.
I put my
oh, my bad. I apologize about that. So, of course, you're a student of the game when it comes to history. How do you just take in, the accolades when people talk about you and Luka as possibly the greatest backcourt in NBA history? Thank you.
Who said that?
It's a lot of talk about that. It's a lot of talk that you and Luka are possibly the greatest backcourt in NBA history.
I mean, it doesn't mean anything if we don't win a ring together, I say that very responsibly too. Not saying that we aren't great now, but there are other backcourts that are more deserving right now for that recognition. And I think once we put a good run together and we could look back on it and reflect on it, then that'll be our time. But right now, I want to show a lot of respect to the guys that have come before us and have actually did it. And our time will come. We just got to keep putting in the work and continue to feed each other that positive affirmation and energy, and we'll go from there, man. But right now, we're just focused on enjoying the moment, enjoying how well we're playing as a team. And, you're seeing some special basketball from me and Luka, but we wouldn't be here without our teammates. So full-on team success, man. You guys get home safe. Enjoy Dallas.
PJ, I imagine that early in your career, you probably wondered what a playoff atmosphere was like. What did you think of tonight's down the stretch, especially when it looked like it was clear that you guys were going to win?
Man, it was a bunch of love from the city of Dallas. I mean, it was great. I mean, a great atmosphere. It made the game easy for us to play. All the fans, we love you guys, and just credit to you guys for coming out and supporting us each and every night.
Just your thoughts now. You're being 3-0. We all know the numbers on the series when a team's up 3-0. Just how good you feel about how this team is playing and what your position is.
We're together each and every night. We have each other's back. It's a next man up mentality. I hope the best for D-Live, but I mean, everybody stepped up and played big minutes. We were together on the defensive end, and that's what wins games.
PJ, you mentioned Dereck. Just with him going down, how did that invigorate the group and just wanting to kind of get that win for him?
It gave us a boost. I mean, obviously, he's been big for us throughout the year, so I hate it happened to him, and I just want the best for him. Hopefully he's doing all right, but just his energy and spirit definitely helped us get this win tonight.
You hit another corner three. You've hit that shot time and time again throughout the playoffs. Just talk a little bit about the work that you put into that shot and just being ready when that time calls upon it.
I've just been working on it. I mean, since I got here, that's been the biggest shot I've been working on. So just trying to take it with confidence. I mean, it's a shot I can hit. So just credit to my teammates for putting that confidence in me, and I'm going to shoot every open one.
Jay, right here in the center, congrats on the win. You've talked about a little bit how much this playoff atmosphere is different and kind of new territory. When you think about the game of basketball, you've been playing it since you were yay high. Has the level of appreciation changed over the years, or has it been consistent?
I think it's been consistent. I mean, you always appreciate the game because, I mean, anything can happen out there on any given night. So I think I'm just blessed to be able to be here in this position as well as all my teammates. So we don't take it for granted, and we try to go out there and play our hearts out each and every night.
PJ, you talk a lot about how much your family and your faith means to you. Every single game you've spent pregame with your dad. He's watching you shot for shot. You guys do your tradition of walking off the court together. How special is this for you to give these moments to your dad? And what does he mean to you?
He means the world. I mean, he's been there for me since day one. We used to be in the gym, just me and him and my little brother, just working, just trying to get to this point one day. So, I mean, it means the world. He's been a big role model. He's been there each and every step of the way. He's my agent. So he's a mentor for me. So he pretty much means a lot to me, and I'm just glad he can appreciate everything as well.
How special were Kyrie and Luka in the fourth quarter, and how does that just make your job easier when you can just rely on those two superstars to close a game like this?
I mean, you said it yourself. They're superstars, so that's what they do. We expect them to be special each and every night, and they show up. So they make the game easier for all of us. They bring so much attention, and it opens the floor up for everybody to hit open shots and get easy lobs.
PJ over here. Before the series, I asked you, if the Timberwolves were favored, and you told me no, like you guys think you're the favorites. You've proven that. You're up 3-0. So, just how does that mentality help this team?
We don't feel like we're underdogs to anybody. We just try to come out and play our game and just make the right decisions each and every time, and the game will go our way. So we just try to be aggressive and just play great Mavs basketball.
PJ, multiple times you've said that being a Dallas Maverick was your dream growing up. What about Dallas so far? It's only been a couple months, but does Dallas feel like home in a basketball sense, and what have you loved so much about playing for the Mavs?
Just the way the city embraces me. Everybody's supportive. Everybody's there for me each and every game. Credit to my teammates, credit to the fans. And it's just been all love since I got here. So I'll give anything for this team and this organization, and it's just great to have that same energy from the fans as well.
Just how has the lob been so effective? I mean, obviously Luka and Kyrie throw it pretty well, but what's the connection there between you guys, your big guys, and them?
Our big guys do a great job of getting in the right position, and obviously Luka and Kyrie, they're just special players. They, like I said, they bring so much attention. So you have to play them, otherwise it's gonna be an easy 2 points. So the lob is pretty much there each and every time.
Coach, when when it's the fourth quarter and you see Kyrie and Luka doing what they're doing, I mean, is it just for you? Do you just can you sit back and enjoy it? Are you still locked into the game? What's it like from your perspective watching them perform like that?
Locked into the game for sure, but also the trust that we have with our quarterbacks. When you talk about Luka and Kai being able to make the right decisions, and I thought those guys did a great job with the pace in the fourth of being able to run when we got the miss or rebound. And then just talking about winning the fourth. The game was tied at the end of the third. Everybody just stayed together. We got some great stops. We had some turnovers there in the fourth, but no one went sideways. Everybody just stayed positive. And again, the trust of Luka and Kai with the ball, they made some great plays. Finding teammates, but also being able to knock down shots when we needed them.
This is just my assessment. When I look at the ball movement, the space, and the defensive rotation, it seems like you've been really coaching at a high level. I'm curious, just how much do you think you've grown as a coach since you got in Dallas?
Yeah, as much as we talk about players, coaches grow, coaches get better. The more time they're around the game. For me, I'm trying to get better each day. Watching film, coming up, my staff has done an incredible job of getting the guys ready. And so, for me, when the season's over, I'll look back to see what I have to improve on. But there's always growth for a coach and players. But we talk about the players. This is a players' league, not a coaches' league.
JK, what's the concern level with Lively at this point? And it was announced a neck sprain.
Yeah.
Are there any concerns about a concussion?
No. First, it was announced it was a neck sprain, so we'll see how he feels tomorrow.
Coach Kidd, Jaden Hardy is someone who you've employed as kind of that third.
Go ahead.
So I didn't think he was going to ask another question, but Jay Hardy has been someone who you've employed as that third ball handler off the bench. What about his minutes recently in this series has impressed you the most?
When you look at Hardy, just his preparation, he's just being ready, just understanding that we trust with him having the ball to be able to play make or to score, and he's done that in this series at a high level. He's also part of the special teams defensive group, so just looking at his growth, and he's grown up extremely fast in this playoff series, but just understanding he's picking up a teammate maybe that isn't playing well. And so, again, he's doing it at a high level, and there's a lot of trust with his teammates and coaches when he's out there.
Hey, Jason. Anthony Edwards got hot in the third quarter, but in the fourth quarter, y'all were able to hold him to 4 points. What was your assessment on the team's defense in containing him late in the game?
Yeah, I thought the group did a great job. He expended a lot of energy in that third. And we felt we were in a good seat, even though we gave up the lead. It's tied. He played almost the whole game. Ant's an incredible player. He's going to put a lot of pressure on your defense. And he did that in the third. I thought again in the fourth, the group did a good job, team defense of trying to make it hard on them. And again, we got, fortunate that they missed some shots, and then we were able to capitalize that on the other end.
And you always talk about the leadership of Luka and Kai. How do you, as a coach, balance, between letting your leaders lead and then also stepping in and giving guidance to the team?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of trust when you talk about Kai and Luka with the quarterback situation. I've been in that seat before, and the coach trusted that I was going to do the right thing. When you talk about those two guys as winners, they want to win. They want to help the team. I think when you talk about Luka putting pressure and trusting his teammates, Kai again turns down a shot and goes, to PJ in the corner for a big three. And I thought that was when the run started. But my job is to inform them what I see and try to put those guys in a position to be successful. But they do the heavy lifting. I get to sit there and watch. And so, but they're doing it at a high level, and we got to continue. We, again, haven't done anything. This is the first of four, and we're only at three.
Jason, Lively is such a big part of this team. How did you guys make it through the night without him, and how did you think Dwight did those 7 minutes he was out there on the court?
Yeah, I think it's always been, you've been around this group all season. Next man up. Injuries are part of the game, and I thought DP did a great job. Understand we went small there for a little bit, but I thought DP came in, hadn't played in a while, knocked down some free throws, was aggressive on the defensive end, had a good look on the offensive end, didn't go down for him. But if Lively's out, DP's going to be ready to play, and we trust him.
What did you guys do from a defensive standpoint there in the fourth quarter when you held them to 20 points?
Yeah, I think sometimes you look at the defense, we're trying to protect the paint. Also, we're trying to guard the three-point line. Minnesota is a very good team, and they can, stretch you out. And I thought the extra effort tonight was at a high level. And again, our defense wasn't perfect, but we got the misses when we needed to and got the rebound. And that's the big thing we've talked about as a group. Our defense we feel is pretty good, but a lot of times we come up and we don't get the defensive rebound. But I thought tonight in the fourth quarter we did a really good job.
Jason, you just mentioned the small ball. What were you seeing when you chose to go to that early in the fourth quarter? Then what were you thinking? What were you seeing when you went back to Gafford as the main center?
Yeah, we were going to use PJ as the new sprinter with Gaff. We were just going to rotate the bodies at the five, and so PJ was the next one up to be in that situation and to go small. They were small too, so this was going to be a battle of shot making. Who was going to be able to make shots? Rim protection wasn't quite there for both clubs, so for us it was just a matter of being able to knock down shots, and we were able to do that in the fourth.
Since the trade deadline, you guys have kept finding different ways to win, whether it's games where you don't hit as many threes as usual, games led by the defense, games where players are injured. What gives this team its ability to adapt to different styles of play and just still come out with results anyway?
I think it's just the trust. I think when you talk about that locker room, no matter who's on the floor, Hardy, PJ, D. Jones, Exum, Timmy, whoever is on the floor, they trust each other. And I think being able to have that trust, D. Jones didn't mean to throw it out of bounds, but we got the stop, and he threw it out of bounds. But the energy of the group felt like we can get another stop, and that's what's the beauty of this group in that locker room is that we didn't get a shot, we didn't get points, but we truly believe that we can play defense, and that's kind of cool to see.
Coach, over here. Y'all made it clear that you're not going to worry about what people have to say. You guys just have your confidence. You believe in your ability. How much has that impacted this 3-0 series lead so far?
we're just playing the game. We're trying to go out and win and put our best foot forward. We're playing a very talented and well-coached Minnesota team. I don't think we're on any platforms reading. We're just actually a group that loves to play the game of basketball on the biggest stage. So we leave it to you guys to write the stuff and talk about it. We just answer the questions and we keep it moving. And that's what's kind of cool about this group.
Jason, Kyrie and Luka both had 30-plus tonight. Third time this postseason they've had in the same game. That hasn't been done with the backcourt in about 50 years. Not all star pairings work. In your mind, why does this combination just seem to work so well?
Well, I think when you talk about maturity, skill set, they fit. Kai's been around the block. He's been with great players. He doesn't mind being second or 1B. You just don't find that a lot of times in this league, and understanding that he will show when he needs to show, and he's done that with Luka this season. He's patient. He's calm. His energy is in a positive place. He loves Dallas. He loves this group of guys. He's mentoring the younger guys of what it means to be a pro. So, there's a debate out there. Is this the best backcourt in NBA history? It's kind of cool. Doesn't happen all the time. It works. And for Luka, his skill set is like no other. I mean, he's pretty good too, and he's not afraid of the moment. But he's not afraid to being able to go to Kai, and then understanding what he draws on the floor. You're not going to leave Luka, so that means it's a numbers game, and it's 4-on-4. And in this league, offense, when you're playing 4-on-4, the offense has the advantage. And so you look at coming down the stretch, make or miss, we got great looks with our quarterbacks being able to decide that. And it wasn't, that Luka wanted to shoot them all. He had his opportunities in game 2, and tonight Kai steps up and makes some big shots, but Luka also made some big shots. But just the trust that they have in one another is really cool to watch.
Coach, this group has been particularly composed in different scenarios and closeout games throughout the postseason. What in your mind has enabled this team to keep the composure? And with your biggest closeout game yet, does the message there change at all?
Yeah, I think composure, poise, the truth. We always speak the truth to one another, and that doesn't happen a lot of times in this league. So to be able to speak the truth and for them to be able to handle the truth in the moment and to be able to move forward. But the poise of this group and energy is at a high, and I haven't seen that a lot in this league, and it's a beautiful thing to see and to be involved with. So when you talk about the poise and the trust that they have in one another on the defensive end and on the offensive end, it's not about who scores the most points. We know Kai and Luka are going to do that, but they're not afraid of Exum or PJ, taking a big shot to win a game.